Thanks for setting the microphones up. They always sound so... What is the sound? Buttery?
Adequate.
Adequate.
That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah, how's my hair?
You're looking for the word adequate.
How's my hair, dude? How am I looking, huh? I usually wear a hat, too. Cover this freaking wig up. My goodness. This is the longest I've had my hair this long. In a long time. Dude, you remember I always used to shave it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, COVID, I just kind of, I went all Hugh Jackman Wolverine-ish there over the summer, and I've let it stay, man. Dude, I used to have to, in the Marine Corps, you had to get your hair cut once a week, minimum. But then when we were in Washington, D.C., it was kind of like, hey, look, if once a week for certain people ain't enough. And I kind of was one of those people. So I usually had to get it like twice a week. And it was getting expensive. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude. So that's what prompted me to just start shaving my head.
Right.
And bicking it, as they call it, like the Bic razors.
Yeah,
the Bic it. Yeah, so, and then, that was very cheap. But then, you start looking at prices of those freaking razors are expensive, dude. Those little refills, my goodness.
Yeah, I did a Dollar Shave Club, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is way before Dollar Shave Club. This is like, 2005, 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
But, yeah. There were days where I can't remember I think it was like Fridays where you had to go in, and if you didn't have a fresh haircut, you were screwed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get in trouble. Because you'd have like inspections and hygiene inspections and all these things. And there were days when I was a young Marine that I had just, pissed away my week and I didn't get my hair cut. So you'd wake up and your head would pop off that pillow just like, oh, that's today. Shit. So I'd have, when you shave your head, you got to get that fuzz, like a number 2. And then, I didn't have clippers, so I would just have to freaking bick the head with all the hair on it. I've done that a few times. Show up to muster looking like you got in a fight with a weed eater. Blood coming down. I was standing in formation once. This guy was like, "Hey Cole, your head's bleeding." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Dude, touch the back of your head." I was like, "Ah!" It's like a horror movie, dude. But anyway, those were good times in the Marine Corps, man. Bicking. Gotta bick it. You ever had a shaved head? You ever shave your head?
No, and I never will.
Because you have beautiful hair. That Chicano, beautiful.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm just joking.
I haven't got a haircut in over a year.
Over a year?
Over a year.
Are you sure? I could have swore you got a haircut during COVID at least once.
No.
Wow.
For sure I did not.
I am imagining things.
I have not gone at all.
That's wild.
I'm trying to compete with my son now, who has 5 years with no haircut.
Dude, he's got some beautifully long hair, man. Looks just like you, man.
It'll
like
be
you.
time soon.
Man.
Not necessarily in a rush, but...
When you have long hair, I don't know. I've never really had like long hair like you guys have long hair. Like I've never let it, get past my ears for the most part. Like, do you have to... how often are you supposed to wash hair like that? It's not every day,
I don't
right?
follow any of those rules like that. I just freaking wash whenever. Like
when you feel like it.
For real, like every time I shower, I shampoo and condition my hair every day.
Every time? That's why it's so
The ladies could tell me that that's not correct. I don't know. Because you're not supposed to necessarily shampoo or condition
you're not
or whatever
supposed to, because of the natural oils, right? They're supposed to be like hang around or something like that.
Whatever. I'm a guy. I don't look into that deep like that.
Yeah.
I just wash up.
There's a great George Carlin skit that is not safe for work about as a man with the proper hygiene protocol, and it's really funny. He's like 3 things you got to wash, and that's it. He said, "I don't even wash my hands after I go to the bathroom unless I poop on them," and he didn't use that word. And it always made me laugh. But
that's funny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hygiene was such a big deal in the Marine Corps, man. It was like shaving and clean cut appearance, and like even in boot camp, they kind of. From Jump Street, they taught you to, take care of your body's hygiene with your fingernails and all of that, man. It was odd how much emphasis was put on it. I just remember going, man, they're really worried about my fucking my fingernails. Like, huh?
Sounds a lot like working fast food.
Yeah, is it similar? You got to keep it clean over there, dude. You got to keep it clean.
Yeah. Nah, it's you got to be clean shaven, no beards, nothing. They were looking at your nails and everything.
Were they really?
Your nails could not go out past your skin.
Oh, well, I'm screwed already.
You could not. It couldn't go past the tips. No one.
Really?
Yeah, nobody.
So, female workers couldn't have nice like the French manicure.
No.
The little white tips. I like those.
This was not allowed.
Wow.
Nope, hygiene, man. You touching people's food.
This is very true.
Dirt gets under your nails, so if you have no nails, there's no dirt to get under it.
That restaurant is just the Ben Harris, the zenith of fast food. I mean, they are the standard, dude. Like, are you kidding me? They're so wonderful. So, I mean, you were in a hiring position. You managed over there. I mean, what was that like? I mean, was it really stringent on who you hired? Because it seems that way. It seems like they don't let everybody work there.
No, that's it, yes and no. They look for a certain type of person, and it's this certain type of energy or whatever. But there's places for everybody, because we ended up hiring people that were like very much my temperament, and you just put them in the kitchen. That's it. And if you had, the upbeat personality where you could talk to somebody and, hey, how you doing, all that stuff, you go to the front. And a lot of guys graduated from the kitchen to the front, and they just started doing that. And that doesn't give you more money, it just gives you potential for more hours.
Ah, I see.
So it's like, if we need somebody, if you can only work in the kitchen, that kitchen was staffed with, in the mornings, was 2 people. Then you'd ramp it up to 5, 6 max. So
in the back,
you really didn't need a strong. Like, if you had people working full time, the rotation wasn't like, there wasn't a lot of space, right? So if you needed more hours, if you needed more hours, it's like you got to start learning how to do the front too. There's another like 10, 12 positions you could fill on that side. So people calling out and stuff like that. But restaurant life is tough.
Yeah,
all that nonsense of finding your replacement if you're sick, and you got to make sure, like, okay, I'm sick today. All right, well, grab the phone list and find your replacement site.
Yeah, man.
At 35, those days are over for me. I'm not. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, I care about a business running. I understand that. But I feel like throwing the pressure on to find your own replacement, that's not for me anymore. It's not. There's managers and stuff like that. There's I get it. In the restaurant business, that will often happen, because you really do run on the bare minimum. It's critical, right?
Like, yeah, you and that's how it kind of was at Target. Like, we only had enough people on staff to do the job. We didn't have extra. So if 1 or 2, worst case scenario, 2 people call out, we were kind of screwed. I did logistics at Target. I mean, we talked about it on the first episode, I think. But yeah, I was running logistics, and you're right. Like, they run with like a skeleton, maybe not a skeleton crew, but just enough to get the work done.
Well, we used to joke about, like, how the joke used to be sarcastically, we're really efficient. If a job takes 6 people, we'll do it with 3.
There you go. How about that?
That was just a budget idea. Like, it's just like, you will do it that way. Like,
I remember hearing calls where people would call out, and I would hear my boss like question their like what had happened. Like, some lady like legit got into like like an accident, and her tire was all jacked up and couldn't drive. And I just remember my boss like going, "Well, what does it look like? What does the tire look like?" And I was just sitting there going, "This is insane. Are you kidding me?" So the joke was always like, "Hey, it's Matt. Yeah, I got a call out today. Oh yeah, why? I'm dead." Like, that's the only way you were getting out over there at Upton, baby.
I get it. I mean,
it was wild.
You play the game, right? Because when you have bills and you're in a situation, you will do what you need to do, right? But there's just certain. I've said it before. It's not. I don't consider it an arrogant thing to say there's certain conversations I'm just not gonna have anymore as an adult with 3 kids and just responsibilities. I'm not gonna give a detailed explanation as to why I'm calling out sick. I will not be in today because I'm sick.
Well, the job you have now
is you should need to know.
Yeah,
that's it. Because it becomes disrespectful when you describe what you just said. How flat is the tire? How like
that really happened. That's a
I'm
real
not
story.
coming in. Are we now going to negotiate for 20 minutes and make me feel bad? And the situation got bad. When I worked at the restaurant, it was interesting because we had vacation days, and if I remember, we even had sick days. And no matter what, it was always a conversation. It was always an issue. It's like, then why give me the days?
Yeah, then why have them?
Then why give me them at all? I think it was like 3 sick days and 5 vacation days.
Yeah.
It's like, if you take a sick day, it's like, well, are you sure? How sick are you? And I'm like, well, I thought we were working in a restaurant. And I thought if I said I was sick, you don't want me in there.
Yeah.
I thought your client is the priority.
And I got sick days, man.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the question? Like, it was always weird to me. I'm like, don't make me feel like. Here's the thing, employers a lot of times will forget that the relationship is 2-sided, right? I came to work here and I will do something, but you have to do something for me as well. This is a 2-sided relationship. You are not doing me any favors when I clock in, and I'm not doing you any favors when I clock in.
This is very true.
I am doing you a service.
That's cut and dry right there.
And you will pay me.
Yeah, you've hired me to do a job. I'm coming to do that job.
Right. So the mentality of like, well, I let you get Friday off. Like, you didn't let me get anything. This is a relationship here. It's there's no favors going on either side of the table. So I never liked that, and I tried never to treat people like that. When I was in a boss position, people used to say I work for Juan. Like, you don't work for you don't work for me.
Yeah.
You work for yourself, and you just work with me.
Yeah.
And that was back when I was like the boss, and I could have that attitude.
Yeah.
I used to tell them, no, you don't work for me. No, nobody works for me.
Yeah.
We work together. That's it.
Well, that's the mark of a good leader. And we've talked about leadership offline a lot, and what we believe to make the traits that sing to a good leader. Mm-hmm. And that's one of them. It's not do as I say. Just how about come with me instead of follow me. Come with me. We're together. Come with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we will get it done together.
I had experience before where if I didn't know how to do something, it would be like, well, why don't you know how to do it? And it's like, well, I'm asking you for help.
Yeah.
What's the issue?
Yeah.
Like, why are we making me feel bad or whatever, or looking down at me because I'm asking for help? And you know what that turns into? You just want to ask for help. And then you'll just do it wrong for however long, and
it
you'll
just
create a cycle.
perpetuates that cycle. Yeah, it's terrible, man.
I don't get it.
I had a lot of leaders in the Marine Corps that, and it applies to everywhere. Sometimes when people are given positions of authority, it's a lot of times the first time they've ever wielded such a power. And it's like they don't know what to do. And so they get real, I used to call it invisible lat syndrome. Like they walk around like, you know what I mean? And I just always, to me, that just seems so phony. And I never respected that. I always respected the leaders that were like, it's not like they downplayed their position, but they weren't up in an ivory tower, dude.
Right.
They were with the troops. They were with us doing things. They were, they call it leading from the front. You know what I mean? In the Marine Corps, like you're the first one running out there. Yeah. That's the goal, right? And so that's kind of been the barometer for leadership for me. And I've kind of taken that outside of the Marine Corps in the civilian world and quietly judged people.
That was the Mel Gibson Army Ranger thing in what was the movie?
Oh, not Thin Red Line. Was that Thin Red Line?
No. It was.
Oh,
Mel
that's
Gibson.
not Army Ranger. That was.
They were the Rangers, and he said, "I promise you this: I will be the first one on the field and the last one off, and no one gets left behind."
Mm-hmm. We don't leave our people behind.
We're coming there. Bodies are coming back. Alive or dead, they're coming back. So.
Yeah, that's the Marine Corps way. We don't leave our people behind.
That's a good leader.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, but sometimes I feel like there's a saying that the money doesn't change people, it just exposes. And then we talked about how some people feel like, well, if you don't think it changes you, you haven't made enough money.
Right, you've never been in that position before.
Yeah, but a lot of times when we're talking about just management and stuff like that, I think it really does kind of shed light to some things that were already in you. Like, if you're already an arrogant person to begin with, you're going to be a real rough leader to deal with.
Yeah,
because the attitude is going to be, you will do this because I said so.
I can't stand that crap.
And I've argued before with actual bosses. I've told them, it's like, you're going to get the same result in the quick time, right? Like the short-term result, you will get done what you said to get done. Right. Because you said, I'm the boss, go do it, and it'll get done.
But what is happening there?
Yeah, the long-term result is morale's going to drop.
Mm-hmm. Resentment will start to take root.
As soon as the people have this opportunity, they'll sink a knife in your back.
They'll stab you.
They will.
I've seen it happen, man.
I saw it happen.
I mean,
I saw it happen where
I'm sure you've seen it happen. People, you've seen it happen in your workplace. Doesn't matter what you do. People are people, and at the end of the day, they're looking out for number one. You know what I mean? They're looking out for themselves. Really, most people.
As you should.
It's
all good to have friends and co-workers that you get along with and stuff like that. But
it makes it a lot easier, sure.
Never make a mistake that everybody is in there for their own reasons. That's it. We're not in there to kumbaya and whatever.
I was just talking to my wife about this.
That's good, but the reality is you're in there to support your family and your goals, and that's it. And if anybody gets in the way of those goals, the reality is you will move them out the way however you need to.
They'll burn you, dude.
We don't like talking about those things because it seems negative, but I think it's fine to accept the reality, dude, and don't be intimidated by that. Everybody's in there. We're going to work towards a common goal as far as that job.
Yeah.
But make no mistake that at the end of the day, if I got to choose me losing a job or you losing a job, I'll watch you lose the job.
And there's no hard feelings. It's just it's the nature of work.
It's the nature of Darwin said it before we were ever working jobs or we were on this planet.
Yeah.
For us, that's it, survival of the fittest. And it's cold, but it's the reality, man. So I'm not saying to be cutthroat and an evil person. I'm just saying be aware.
I mean, it is so true.
And protect yourself.
You have a coworker that you consider a friend, like a good friend. You've hung out outside of work and all those things. But, dude, if push comes to shove and that boss calls both of you in there and say, look, one of you's got to go, and I need to hear the reasons why you should stay. I mean, you're going to fight for yourself, right?
Well, what normally happens, this is a very common occurrence, is a boss, something will happen bad, and somebody's about to pay for this. And they will bring you in one at a time.
Oh, man.
And they will say, what happened? And a person will do
It's
everything
like a police
they can.
investigation.
It's exactly how it works. And a person will do everything they can
to paint a certain style picture.
It's all mental chess moves. I'm going to, admit to a little bit of stuff to show a little bit of unbiased. But I'm going to make sure I paint it to where it wasn't my fault, so look somewhere else.
Yeah.
People don't vote to get fired. People don't vote for less power.
It is true.
They don't. They it's a reality, and I used to get in trouble a lot for that because, oh no, you're cynical, you're pessimistic. I'm like, I just operate in that way because it's worked for me. I'm protecting my family no matter what, and that's really what it boils down to. If I lose this job, how does that affect my family?
I used to be very very chummy with coworkers, and in the Marine Corps, in the military is a little different. I feel like you're a bit more than coworkers at that point. I consider the Marines I served with. Some of them closer than coworkers, for sure. But anyway, I was just talking to my wife about this, and it's like, the older I get, I've just been burned too many times. And I kind of, I've changed the way I operate around coworkers, at the other job. I'm not cold, I'm not calloused, I'm not, I'm perfectly pleasant. But I'm no longer going out of my way to, be Matt, you know what I mean? Because I've done it before, ever since I've been out of the military on a couple of different occasions, and like we just mentioned, when the cards are down, these people will eat each other.
Yeah, and all those fun experiences you thought you were explaining, and all those personal life experiences you thought you were just sharing with friends,
it's like cataloging.
Those will come back when it's time to defend. It'll be, it's not fair that he got to take a day off because his son was sick when I got other things to do too.
I've had it happen to me, man, too many times now. Too many times. So
the worst thing you could do too, at least to me, is start mentioning family in the workplace to me. Like, he got to take a day off for his son. I was like,
ooh, now we're getting a little.
Keep the words "his son" away from your mouth, please.
Yes, thank you.
Just not that to me. I didn't hear his son. I heard like the ding ding ding. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Round one.
That's what I heard. Like, let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
Mills Lane.
That's right. God, you remember that MTV show, Celebrity Deathmatch? How many people remember Celebrity Deathmatch? Leave it in the comments.
I thought they were gonna bring that back.
I heard there was a reboot planned.
I heard they were gonna bring it.
I wonder if they were gonna do the claymation and everything.
They have to, I think.
mean,
I don't want to see that as CGI.
Can you imagine a CG, too?
It was funny because it was claymation. Like, it was entertaining.
I would have loved to have been one of the voice actors on the show because correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they used the actual actors, right? I mean, maybe they had a couple of guest appearances.
I don't remember at all.
It'd have been fun to, voice Bruce Willis or something, Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Hans? It's time to fight, that whole thing.
No, they had them fighting like people off the wall stuff. Like,
yeah, it was wild matchups. Wild matchups. Celebrity Deathmatch, dude. Jeez.
MTV, I don't think they do anything with music anymore, do they?
Dude, I mean...
Music television.
And
that's the least that they have on there.
What is on MTV these days? I don't watch much TV at all, really.
I don't watch TV at all, but from what I understand...
What's going on?
MTV is all reality shows for the most part. There's housewives, whatever. They're real husbands of whatever the heck, and
Yeah, now
what is the infatuation with... Just in general,
people want to live vicariously through lives that are extravagant, that are big.
Just be careful not to get caught up living vicariously through other people's lives that you forget to live your own.
I agree. We saw it with with somebody that we know that's kind of close to us. That you kind of start becoming that. You know what I mean? And it's just funny to watch people transform.
Like, as far as I go with the whole vicariously living through whatever the heck, as far as I go into that, where my personal interest is, maybe I'll watch like the house is being renovated, and just think like, man, it'd be cool to live in a house like a.
You talking about those shows?
Those types of shows will go. I never watch
shows.
These relationship shows and these reality whatever, and think like, oh, it'd be so cool to like no.
Yeah, no.
I look at like like car shows, like rebuilding a car, racing a car, maybe the house stuff.
We do like. I feel like a lot of people like the HGTV stuff, like the house
cool,
flipping and the renovations and it. Because you kind of put yourself through that lens. You're like, oh man, I wonder. Ooh, look at that pergola. That would look good, huh, honey? She's like, no, that's ugly. And you're like, you're ugly. And she's like, get out of here. I'm just joking. That's not how it goes down.
Painted a very specific situation.
I'm just joking.
Do you need to unburden yourself?
Do you and your wife agree on
anything? No.
Decor. How about decor for the house in terms of style?
She lets me do what I want.
Or else
I do it. No, as far as that, like as
Just
far as
joking.
that, she doesn't have a big major preference where that's like a disagreement. I like decorated the house because I had stuff already. Like it's crazy. And when I lived with my parents, I had all the decorations I have in the house in one bedroom.
Oh, jeez.
It was wild.
It looked like
And
a
it spread
an
out and
old
filled-
Chinese antique shop.
It filled almost an entire house.
That's crazy.
It was crazy.
I like your decor, Marin. Very Asian inspired. Very
Everything about changing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why not, man? Mix it up,
I've
dude.
been living with it for too long. I've been living with it since I was like 21.
Yeah,
35
maybe it's
now.
time to flip or flop.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I don't know. Maybe I need more. I don't know.
How do you get on those shows? You got to apply, I imagine. You know, for
I never heard
the,
of
the whole.
That's a show, Flip or Flop.
There's a flip or flop show. There's the
What's that? So you buy stuff and flip it?
So there's like two hosts to that show. The flip. I haven't seen it in a long time. I think this is the premise. Flip or flop. So like, which one is this? There's so many. They're so similar. I guess basically there's like two hosts and a family wants to flip their house, but they also want to potentially buy a home. And so one of the hosts renovates and flips the house while the other host goes and finds them a new house. And at the end of the show, the family decides. I think that's flip or flop. I don't know. Correct me. It's pretty fun. It's cool. It's fun.
Okay.
I'm lazy, dude. I'm not really a handy guy. So the idea of when I watch people with sledgehammers bust through a wall in a kitchen, I'm like, it's going to take so long to clean up.
Now you should watch those things and be inspired. If they did it, I tell people all the time, dude, if you see me doing it, you feel very confident that you could do it too. I am not the brightest person on the planet. Look, one day I'm gonna bring my report card and just show them my GPA because they think I'm joking around. I did not get a 1.0.
That has nothing to do with how smart you are. That is whether you did the assignments or not, Tony.
No, that's part of it. I'm not a good test taker.
It's like saying here, I have a college degree. That means I am, therefore, if you do not have one, then therefore you are not smart.
I got a bachelor's.
There you go,
I'll take
baby.
that to 7-Eleven and pay the same price for the Slurpee.
Woo!
None of that stuff matters. But no, I'll put it this way. I don't consider myself smarter than the average person. I don't. I'm lazy in that I like doing things once and that's it. And I don't mind learning. I enjoy learning stuff. So I figure stuff out. I like to tinker. So I got those Legos recently. Mm-hmm. I like to tinker.
I'm getting back into Legos too with Vic because he's kind of now at that age where he can follow the directions and he's kind of enjoying that, that process. And I'm starting to get into it too.
He's ahead of me. I didn't start following directions until 20.
There you go. Yeah, he's upward, baby. He's upward and on. But
we see great things.
Yeah, man. Me and my wife, going back to the flip or flop thing. I don't know if we could ever renovate a house together because we couldn't choose the right paint to put in the house. We were arguing over that. Love her to death, but my goodness, that was an ordeal. The colored paints and then painting the house and doing that, and then we got rid of the popcorn ceilings.
Did anybody want to do something?
Oh my gosh,
bold, like a bright color or something like that?
No, we kind of agreed that we like bold and bright too, but we ended up just going with here. Long story short, we wanted to do the interior of the house like two different shades of gray, like gray and clean white, like a clean kind of look. Because we have a lot of colorful stuff, carpets and pillows and all that stuff. So we wanted to do something simple. Turns out, lighting really does matter, and we should know this, right? So we have a number of different grays in the house now, a number of different colors. We ended up there's like 8 different colors in this house, and what is the standard is like you want kind of like 2 or 3 max or something like that.
No clue.
Yeah, we've got like 17 different colors in the house.
That stuff. Do what you want with the freaking. That's the beauty of having a house, dude. You do what you want.
I had never painted a house before, like an interior. I had never done that. It's just had never needed to. I'd always rented, you know what I mean, and never had the really the desire to do it either.
You could do it with rollers or with a spray gun. Did you do it with rollers?
No,
right?
we did it with rollers and tape. And tape.
There you go.
And it took forever, and wasn't too impressed by the results, but we did it. I'm the guy that's like, hey, how much does it cost to get a professional to come in here and do it? How much? And then I start going, all right, maybe we'll save a little money and we'll just do that because it's done in a day. 2 days max, and it looks wonderful.
Yeah, if you got it.
If you got it, which we did
got
not.
It.
So.
Yeah, so.
But no, it was a learning experience, man.
It's good to do those things because if you're gonna live in a house, you're gonna need to learn.
Yeah, no, you have to. You have to. Did you know that? So our AC shut off recently, just out of nowhere. I came home and the house was like 83 degrees. And I was like, oh, swamp. So we go in there and we call somebody out because we do have insurance on the home. We have a nice plan that was gifted to us from one of our sets of parents, which was nice for a year. So if anything goes wrong, we paid a deductible and all that, but we'll pick up that once the year's over. So guy comes out to look at the AC and those vents outside. This dude took a shop vac and was just sucking it out. Mm-hmm. And the crap that was coming out of there, I couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. So, just like you said, homeowners, you learn new stuff every day. But I was like, dang, that was in there?
Yeah, you need to do that yourself. Your house will light on
he's
fire.
Like, once a year, get in there and suck it all out. I was like, wow.
Yeah, so you got air filters you got to change too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do that. We do that.
Yeah.
We do that. But
little things, man. Yeah. It's a lot of responsibility that comes with these houses.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good feeling, but it's a lot, man. You got to be careful. Just anyone in general, not Matt Cole. You, the general public, you have to be careful. You spend a lot of money on this stuff. You don't want to lose it all. Little by little, you let things go. You turn around, and that $200,000 house is now worth $100 because you got X amount of repairs you got to do. You'll never be able to sell it again.
Yeah,
because you let it fall apart, and you can let it fall apart. You can
houses very quickly fall apart.
You can let your house be completely ruined and worthless, just like with cars too. It's just you work really hard for these moments, man. A house is a big deal. Try and do what you can to maintain it. That's common sense for most people, but it's like you get busy with stuff and you let one thing go, and then you turn around and it's a big laundry list of things, and then you never want to deal with it because it's such a big list. And then you just never deal with it. It's a little
overwhelming, yeah, sure.
They just never deal with it, so.
Dude, have you ever felt the joy of holding a pressure washer in your hand and have cleaned sidewalks or tables or fence posts with a pressure washer? Have you done this?
Yes.
My goodness, is that not sublime?
It's sublime.
I mean, it is so fun, dude. We got, and we don't have the big gas powered bad boy. We have the electric one that you plug in, but.
Boogie.
You can spray it. It's fantastic. So Victor's out on the trampoline. We got a trampoline also recently, free, hand me down from somebody. Awesome. He's out there bouncing.
Awesome.
#awesome. Tony loves that when I say that. Don't say that very often. He's bouncing, and I start spraying, and I'm like, "Oh, this is fun." So we have an outdoor outdoor table. And chairs, obviously, like you do. And I start spraying the table and the chairs. I'm like, ooh, there's that white coming back, baby. And it was like an hour and a half later. Victor's like, I'm hot. I need water. And I'm just like, here, have some water. I'm spraying him with the hose. But
there you can use a little bit of your bleach that you're so fond of.
Yes. Little bleach action.
Keep some bleach on deck.
Mm-hmm. Keep some bleach on deck. Always have some bleach in the back pocket, baby. I got a bleach pen. They make those?
Yeah, I have one in the office.
Yeah, man.
Because, it's inevitably you spill some lunch on yourself.
You might need some bleach. But yeah, pressure washing, baby. That's a lot of fun. So then I'm like out front doing the door. I'm doing the entrance of the house.
Don't do it on your car.
Yeah, no.
Don't. It depends how powerful it is. But
they have a couple of different settings.
Yeah,
they have a couple of settings. Just ripping that paint off, baby.
Yeah, no, it's just look how nice it is. Nice gray now.
Yeah, ooh, that nice primer.
Don't worry, it'll be brown. It'll be brown by next week.
Yeah, no joke. Anyway, man. All right, we'll rock and roll, dude.
Enough of you guys for today.
Yeah, we're done with you.
Until next week, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tony.
And I am Matt.
That was another episode of Tsunami Podcast.
Finger guns.
Go eat.
Boom. Yeah, man. I'm done with you people.